can!
It's over!
He's done it again! Unbelievable!
Oh, straight into the roof of the net.
Nice one.
Straight down the middle.
Yes, you're still with Firstpost here, but it's a very, very special build-up that we're bringing to you today. It is a weekend, but it is a weekend that everyone's been waiting for because it's the massive clash between India and Pakistan. That's what we're building up to. And of course, this in our very special coverage, Champions of Cricket. Yes, we're previewing what promises to be the biggest clash of the tournament. It is India versus Pakistan, a rivalry that has transformed over the years. You've seen stalwarts who have represented both these countries from decades in a battle that has gone bitter and savage between these two superstars of the sport, to a battle now of salvaging lost pride. Both cricketing nations are fighting off demons of their own. This Pakistan side, of course, is facing rebuke and criticism from every possible quarter. Babar Azam has come out asking the media at large to stop calling him the king, as he has to earn back that title. A prodigy once drawn alongside Virat Kohli is trying to get his mojo back. A new captain, a new setup, one that has seen several changes over just 1 year, and many heartbreaks too. India, always the powerhouse, of course, is also on the cusp of a make-or-break tournament. Shocking, considering a T20 World Cup win just last year that broke down the best. Virat Kohli has much to prove. Rohit Sharma has expectations to meet, and Gautam Gambhir, the head coach, sitting on a razor-thin edge. And this is an India-Pakistan clash. No matter how the matchups look on paper, it will always be a tad more intense, setting up the clash of champions of cricket. The Indian cricket team is coming off a win against Bangladesh. It was a good warm-up game for them to find their feet in Dubai and set up what is without any doubt an important contest coming up on Sunday. Now, it has been a tough year already for the Indian team, and it's just begun. And the woes started exposing themselves during that fateful Australia series. That T20 World Cup win seems now to have come at a very different phase, seems like a different time altogether. Sure, many remain from that win, but some of them seem fatigued already. It has been a grueling, intense few months. The scrutiny from that humiliating loss would have to haunt them. Just imagine commentators and former India cricketers asking these senior batters to get back to domestic cricket just weeks before an ICC tournament. It has not been the perfect sort of build-up for a team that has always been an ICC title contender, edition after edition, no matter the format. And then, of course, there's the tug of war that players are engaged in. One has been with the BCCI, the board, a situation that the 10-point diktat gave birth to. A diktat that was meant to put a leash on the star culture that seems to have taken roots in the dressing room. So this seems like a parent-child conflict. You have no choice but to try to make the most of it. Navigate it, come to a table and accept the differences, but move on for the greater good. Then, of course, there is the one that is threatening to create further cracks if not tended to. Gautam Gambhir and some of the players. Now, everyone knew heading into this new stint what they would be buying into. Gambhir is no wallflower who will sit pretty and let the action unfold no matter what, nor is he like water who will flow wherever the path breaks out into. He is fire, and fire burns. His authoritarian ways haven't gone down too well with a few of the players. He did want a free hand with the squad, as we heard leading up to his appointment. And that free hand seems to have rankled some of them. And think about it, the kind of energy he brings with him is polar opposites to what Rohit Sharma cultivates himself. Rohit has always been a laid-back sort of a leader, smirking away poor performances, smiling away losses. You need someone like that to keep the calm in a dressing room that rides on high intensity. That's volatile. And on Sunday, it's going to be a hot pot situation. You need calm heads, some smiles to break all that tension. So can India really keep the calm after a laboured, struggling win against Bangladesh? The bright spark was Mohammad Shami's return and, of course, Shubman Gill's 100. But again, you cannot sit on your laurels for too long and in a tournament that can slip away from you before you even realize it. So pressure is truly on more than ever before. One of the most iconic rivalries in cricket is set to resume at the ICC Champions Trophy. India and Pakistan will look to lock horns in probably the biggest game of the entire tournament, and it will be no less than war. Well, at least outside the field, as everyone scrambles to get in on a piece of the action. A fitting face-off for all cricket-crazy fans. And while Pakistan is the host for the tournament, Dubai will serve as the middle ground, given India's reluctance to travel to Pakistan over security concerns. But despite being a neutral venue, the buzz has not scaled down at all. Fans are doing everything they possibly can to book their seats to witness this showdown, leading to a crazy surge in ticket prices in the black market, with prices going up to as much as $10,000 in some instances. But before we get to the black market scene, let us first see how much were the actual price of the different tickets, all of which were sold out in an hour of being put out on sale. The general stand tickets were priced around $136. That's the first set. The tickets that were priced the least, this itself ended up being about 40 times to that of the cheapest ticket for the Pakistan versus New Zealand tournament opener. Then, of course, the premium at $272, pavilion tickets priced at $340, platinum at a whopping $544. The most expensive in this, of course, was the lounge tickets. That's costed $1,400 each. Yes, it's not anywhere close to the T20 World Cup fixture between the two sides about 6 months ago in New York, USA. The most expensive ticket then was $10,000 that went up on sale for that one. But here's the thing, it was New York, where a majority of the spectators would be living in, or at least close to the cities, who will be coming in to watch the game. American natives. Of course, many traveling enthusiastic fans from the subcontinent, of course, made it, but not a large number. But imagine the price here in Dubai, where a majority of the spectators are expected to travel from close and around the city, mostly the subcontinent. $1,400 is expensive. Imagine these two getting all sold out and swimming in the black market. The $1,400 ticket is now going for 3 times the actual price. And the costliest in this list is a whopping $10,000 package, which includes the Royal Box, which gives access to VIP lounge area and VIP pass, a box in the stadium where food and beverages are served to the guests, an experience for any fan who manages to get a ticket in here. Just goes to show the craze that this game is generating, despite being a very average matchup, at least on paper, and not just among the fans, but also for the ICC, because the Pakistan leg of the tournament hasn't really at least started off as planned. Despite an ICC event returning to the country after nearly 3 decades, the response from Pakistani supporters has been rather dull, even during the tournament opener between New Zealand and Pakistan. The crowd turnout was disappointing. So clearly, the India versus Pakistan fixture is a moment for both the ICC and the host Pakistan to reignite the charm surrounding this tournament. Because the last time the two faced off were about 6 months ago at the T20 World Cup, a match that India won. And while an India versus Pakistan setup doesn't need additional reasons to generate enough hype, there is a lot at stake in the clash coming up. The fixture is a do-or-die game for Pakistan. The hosts lost their first one against New Zealand by 60 runs. Former cricketers who of course led the charge for Pakistan in what was the golden age at one point, Wasim Akram and Waqar Yunus, were fuming at Pakistan's lack of intent and fire on the field during that game, and of course their lack of planning considering the injury of Firstpost Zaman.
I don't want 60 of 90 balls from my main player. I'd rather have him getting 35 of 30 balls and get out instead of getting 64 of 90 balls. It's not on in this day and age.
Your initial thought in white ball cricket is to look for boundaries, 6 or 4, as Firstpost Zaman does. The intent should be that I will go after the bowler, and if it's a good ball, I will nudge it for a single or 2. That intent was missing.
That will definitely put a spanner in the works for the side as they gear up to face India. Fans too are shattered, with many believing this only spells disaster for Pakistan.
समझे आज ख़त्म डू और डाई सिचुएशन थी आज के मैच में और वो हमारा टूर्नामेंट ओवरऑल आज ख़त्म समझे 23 वाला मैच मुझे नहीं लगता जीतने वाले जो हाल है इन लोगों का जब इनको होम ग्राउंड पे इतनी मुश्किल आ रही है 300 चेज़ नहीं हो रहा तो ये आगे जाके क्या करेंगे आज के तारीख़ में 300 चेज़ भी होते हैं 300 बनते भी हैं लेकिन हमारी टीम में जो सलाहियत है वो 250 260 270 बस इतनी इनमें सलाहियत है
बहुत ज़्यादा डिसअपॉइंटमेंट है और आप ऑलमोस्ट आप पहले मैच में ही आप जो है ये बाहर हो गए टूर्नामेंट से क्योंकि आप अगला इंडिया को जो है अब आप एक तो कंपैरिजन आपका इंडिया से बनता नहीं है आप इंडिया से नहीं जीत सकते बांग्लादेश से अगर आप उनको हरा भी लेंगे तो आपका टूर्नामेंट में सर्वाइवल अब मुश्किल है आप ये आज हार गए बहुत बड़ी अपॉर्चुनिटी थी आपके पास डिफेंडिंग चैंपियन पे आपने जो है ना वो उसको जो है वो आप उसको नहीं कर सके रिटेन नहीं कर सके आप ये मैच हार गए ये टूर्नामेंट भी आप
Maybe Pakistan took the old adage of an India match being bigger than a final a bit too seriously, because if they lose the match against India, the hosts would become mere spectators for the knockout games. While Pakistan suffered an embarrassment in the opener, India too had a rather shaky start against Bangladesh. Though unlike Pakistan, they at least won their match. But this fixture will be played on a blank slate. Intensity will be high, there'll be massive adrenaline rush, and this stadium will surely be packed to the rafters. Whenever a cricket tournament is organized in the subcontinent, the excitement is quite high. And one of the major talking points in all of these major tournaments, especially when it comes to an India-Pakistan encounter, has been the security. Police personnel, special forces, extensive security measures. And so it came as little surprise when Pakistan promised to deploy over 12,000 security officers for the ICC Champions Trophy. It has all the bells and whistles. While Pakistan has donned their army mode on for the tournament, is Dubai doing the same for the India versus Pakistan encounter this Sunday? Our next report tells you more.
While India and Pakistan battle it out on the ground, the fans outside the field make it no less than war. Packed stadiums, excited fans, and just the raw intensity of it all, and with the geopolitical tensions between the two riding high, security becomes top priority when these two teams face off, irrespective of the venue that hosts them. Even America, where cricket is still a growing sport, had to ramp up their security for the India-Pakistan clash in the T20 World Cup last year. This after a threat from ISIS rocked everyone. Snipers were deployed to patrol the stadium, SWAT teams were brought in, and the stadium turned into a fortress. So when the Champions Trophy returned to Pakistan, security became yet another talking point. And it was not just because of the passion for cricket riding high, terror attacks, bomb blasts, and of course the infamous history of cricketers being attacked. All of this forced Pakistan to level up their security measures. Pakistan has assured over 12,000 security officers, with police personnel getting deployed across Karachi, Rawalpindi and Lahore, the three venues where the tournament is being organized. And it's not just the physical force on the field, Pakistan is preparing for emergency airlift situations too.
The other law enforcement agencies like Rangers and Pakistan Army, their heli cover for the emergency evacuation, that is also available with us, and they will be working alongside us as a secondary reaction force, and we will be utilizing their services throughout the event.
And while the host nation seems to be prepared for all kinds of adversity, will the same be seen in Dubai too, when India and Pakistan face each other? Well, unlike Pakistan creating a buzz over deploying special forces, the Dubai International Stadium has made no such plans. A routine security which is present during any fixture is what everyone will get to see. No snipers or special forces swooping in to guard the stadium. Which raises the question, is Dubai a better host compared to Pakistan? This country doesn't need any special reinforcement to secure an India-Pakistan match. Sure, Pakistan is doing everything they can to avoid any mishaps, but if special forces and commandos are needed to guard a cricket match, should the nation really be hosting an ICC event?
That wraps up our very special edition of Champions of Cricket that we've brought to you, previewing the massive clash that the world is going to be hooked on to. We, of course, will join you post that as well. Do stay tuned for more here on Firstpost as we keep building up to more exciting encounters in the world of sport.
Merci beaucoup. Hi, how are you?
Very well, thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Namaste, Mr. President.
Bharat ke logon ko meri namaste.
How many people generally follow you in interviews?
Typically, in a month, we have viewers up to 150 million. That's more than twice the population of France. And in the last 2 years, we had 3 billion viewers. So I say, Lohon, this is your chance to be famous. You're on Firstpost. One word to describe your equation with Prime Minister Modi.
Amitié.
As India and France work together, are you creating a new era of non-alignment in the technology space?
India is a training superpower. 1 million engineers a year, more than all of Europe and the US combined. So we have that partnership. We have a partnership on the environment and the economy. We also have civilian nuclear programs, and that is something we've developed far beyond the France-India relationship. So we want to work together on AI.
And then comes China with its DeepSeek, creating models at a fraction of the cost. Did that innovation take you by surprise? Did that breakthrough make you sit up and think, what did the Chinese do and how?
But what did DeepSeek do? They took everything that was already available from the last AI model, and then they recalibrated it.
So are you going to ban Chinese AI in France?
So we don't have this American approach of banning tech because of where it comes from.